So it is July 13th, and I wanted to do a garden update for this week, just in case a bad storm comes through. They're talking possible hail, and there's already clouds up there. Yesterday we got quite a bit of rain. Sunflowers are beautiful, and I finally have so many bees back here. It makes my heart so happy. Good morning, chickens. Good morning. What? Einie lost a spur the other night. I'll put the picture in the video so you guys can see it. He went after Rylan as she was locking him up and bringing him in for the night, and he attacked the flashlight, and the flashlight caught the spur enough that it pulled it off. So I don't know if you can see down there. He's only got the one. We're actually going to try and remove the other one too. Did not know it was a thing. I called my mom and told her he had lost it, and my dad, who grew up in Puerto Rico, was born in Puerto Rico, told me that when he was a kid he would see people removing them off of the roosters and then sharpening them, and then they would put them back on the other ones that they would fight. And I had no idea, and so I'm worried about it being so long, and you know, him being kind of off there. And we've read now, since learning that it's a thing, that a lot of farmers will do it once a year and just take it off of them. So we are going to try the potato method, just because it is getting so long and it's kind of curling towards his leg now. You heat up a potato in a microwave and then cut it in half, and you stick it on the spur for a few minutes to soften it, and then you can just use a pair of pliers and twist it off. They do bleed a little bit, but it's nothing like if you've had a bird with a blood feather, or my cockatiel has busted her toenail twice now. She's not tame. I actually got her from an older lady who passed away, so she's kind of mean, but I love her. I take care of her and stuff. And so anyway, she ended up busting it twice, and she bled bad. And so pulling the spur off, or at least when it got stuck and it came off naturally on its own, he didn't bleed very much at all. So the dye on his head is because of when he got the mites, they made him lose his feathers, and the girls see the new feathers coming in, and then they peck his head, and so they keep attacking him. And so that is actually a no peck that you can put on it. It smells really nice, but anyway, it's to keep the girls from pecking at his head. It does dye them, so I guess, you know, the girls don't see the feathers or the open spot and go after it. So anyway, that's what's on his head. But yeah, so he lost his spur. And my morning glory. And look at this tomato. I don't know what kind it is, but it's a volunteer from last year. I don't even know if it's ones I planted, because I only had a couple back here, and this one looks like it's a cherry variety of some sort. I'm drinking a cup of bone broth. It's been so good to start my morning with. Alright, so this first one here is my double dandy that's getting ready to open. And then my snake gourd is getting huge. And I think I'm finally starting to get a mixture of the female and male flowers at the same time. I actually did have... Einie, stop. Here, I don't know if you guys can see it through there. The girls are probably going to end up getting this one, but I need to try to move it back this way. Oh, come here. Alright, there. That way it's on this side and closer. But anyway, here's a bigger one. That one might have actually gotten pollinated now. But anyway, it's doing really good. The straw flowers are opening like crazy. I grew up calling them straw flowers. The package actually says helichrysum, but I thought that was a misunderstanding on my part. But now Meg on the Holler Homestead, no, it was Morgan's wife. She called them straw flowers. Morgan from Goldshaw. Yeah, she was doing her garden tour, and she called them straw flowers. So I know it wasn't just a misunderstanding as a kid. So it must just be their local known name. These guys are getting very close. These guys are the Moulin Rouge. But they're getting close. Straw flower. This is a mammoth sunflower, and I don't know what's going on. The edges of this are actually curled on almost every leaf. It's weird. I've never seen that. But anyway, it's getting tall. Oh, I just love these straw flowers so dang much. Look at this. Oh, it just, the sounds, and they're so pretty when they open. All my little petunias I started from seed. Got every color you could possibly think of in it. Buckbeak, what are you doing? Chick, 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 chick. Hey, what are you doing down there? Huh? What are you doing? Come here. Okay. Alright, there's the potato patch. I only had one flower so far, but they're definitely getting eaten by hoppers. And then my sage that we transplanted from the front is actually doing quite well. The nasturtium is doing good. The borage is going crazy back there. Another volunteer sunflower there, and that one. It's really tall. Is that the cricket cage? Yeah. Are we out of crickets? No. Oh, okay. Well, we need some, but... Crickets are to feed the turtle and a couple of our inside birds. And her gecko eats them. Alright, so my from seed cabbage, there, and there. My from seed artichokes. These two are doing great. Those two up there, not so much. I have another little cabbage from seed right in there. And that one's from seed. And then another artichoke and a bee. And then these were my store-bought cabbages, which I may have to come out here and check again because there's actually a few holes in them now. So hopefully it's just hopper damage and not worms, caterpillars. That's what I lost all my cabbages to last year. The artichokes are doing pretty good. They're kind of slow. This is the first year I've grown them, so I don't know if the clover is too much back here. I might need to come thin the clover out a little bit. My dill is hidden in there too. I have several spots of it back here that I put out here in the hopes that the caterpillars would go for the dill instead of the cabbage. My Kajari melon is starting to finally show some growth now that it's getting hot and staying warm in the evenings. The rhubarb that I moved from the front out here is all new leaves now. So it survived the transplant and it looks like it's doing so much better back here. The asparagus are doing okay. They're flopped over, but they're doing okay. I came in here and I thinned around the peppers because I had clover all around these. And I actually harvested my first 3 peppers. So I had one blonde one, which looks like this one, which I've never raised these guys before. And this one has a couple on here already. And it was good. It was really good. And then I have these ones here, which were the cool jalapenos. So they're supposed to have the flavor of a jalapeno, but not be hot. These guys were really good. I really liked them. I've got one green bell. It's doing pretty good. So I'm hoping now that I've moved the clover out of here, they'll start perking up a little bit more. They actually do look like they've gotten darker. They were kind of pale. But here, guys, you want this cabbage? Here, you guys want this? Oops, sorry. Scared them. So anyway, these bigger guys are ones that I bought. And then the smaller ones are the ones that we've started from seeds. We just met a guy on the Colorado Growing Group that has hemp. And I've got 2 bags of it that I'm going to come and put around some of these plants. Here's the blonde ones I was telling you guys about. Blonde bell. Yeah, so all the littler guys are ones that we've started inside. So those guys, and then that whole row right there. So, and then the squirrel killed. I had one here that died, and then there was one up there that the squirrels had snapped. So, anyway, that is my from seed ground cherry. And she is definitely starting to get some flowers. Come on, focus. Oh, so cute. I loved growing this last year. They didn't get very big, and so I didn't really get to taste any good ones. But I tried it in 2 different spots this year. Last year, I had it here. This wasn't set up like this, but I had it here, and it was getting baked, and so I put it here because this gives a little bit of shade later on, whereas that just stays sun. I think it was actually kind of like right here, because it was sun all day long. So the other one over here was the store-bought one. And this one also gets some shade because of this tree. And this one has huge things on it. So we'll see. Get in here and move some of this Virginia creeper out. But yeah, it's last year the one I had, it was store-bought. But it didn't get tall like this. And this one is definitely, it's getting tall. So that's kind of neat to see the difference there. I'll grab these couple weeds while I'm here. Oh, here's my borage. Those were so easy to grow. The calendula is getting attacked by whatever comes into my yard at nighttime, so it is not doing well. My little asparagus, they're doing pretty good. I have not figured out a good way. Last year, I tried to do the strings around this to hold them up, and it did not work well. And so I haven't done anything yet for these guys. Anyway. There's my rogue gourd. I don't remember which one it was. It was a leftover one. We put it over here and I said do or die. It is doing. It's getting tall. So we'll see what that one does. This is the mycelium patch that we planted. I don't see mushrooms yet, but It's definitely staying moist over here. The garlic is all pulled up now. The African daisies are getting big. I'm going to come plant probably another black beauty or a yellow squash right here in this bed. I'm going to pull some of this clover down because I don't need that much seed. And I just planted it to protect the ground while we were waiting for things to come up. And so now that the marigolds are up and so big, I'm going to pull some of the clover down. My corn is tasseling. It's only hip high. It's like 2.5 feet. So I don't know if it's that variety or if it was just our weather or what. But yeah, definitely did not get very big. So I'm going to do peas here. I soaked it really good this morning. And I'm going to come in and plant them so that they can kind of grow up the duck fence. And hopefully get another round of snap peas. It's one of my favorite things to eat in the garden. I've got one of my from seed tomatoes down there who's actually getting pretty tall. And then another morning glory of some sort. Hey, Cookie Monster. Gosh, these sunflowers are just amazing. It's amazing. I've got to get some more straw in here on top of my cardboard because the wind has been so strong. But I don't know where this marigold came from. It is beautiful and different than any marigold I've ever planted. So... And then these are my 3, I don't know. I had spaghetti, spaghetti squash, acorn squash, and butternut. And their little tags, they got blown over back here, and their little tags got lost. And so I lost these 2, this one here and over there, because of how cold it was staying in the nights. And so I don't know which one is which. So we just wait and see. But neat leaves. And these 3, which at least these 2 are definitely different from each other. I'm really hoping I got one of each because they take so stinking long to grow. I don't have time to start again, and it'd be awesome if I got some. But gosh, look at these marigolds. I freaking love them so much. I think these were the ones I got at the dollar store. Biggest marigolds ever. I mean, oh my gosh, it's just, yeah. Bachelor buttons were from seeds, and there's 3 different colors in that package, so that's awesome. I'll come out here and see if I can get any of those seeds. And then my Armenians are starting to climb up the side of this here, so I should be getting some cucumbers, at least Armenian ones, pretty soon. That little guy there is still pretty short, but that one in the middle is doing great. So, the okra that I planted back here, I don't know. Okra is definitely struggling in Colorado. I mean, they're getting tall, but there's just, I don't know. They're just, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them getting eaten by stuff and just not getting very big. So I guess I'll come and try dusting them with some DE. Alrighty, so I've got my passion flower here that's going nuts and climbing up. And I thought I left my seeds inside. They're in my pocket. Alright, so this is one of my cherry tomatoes. This one was a store-bought one. Look how big she's gotten already. The tomatoes back here are doing way better than my tomatoes up front. I don't understand the difference. Let me come around on this other side. This is the carrots and the eggplants. and a rogue lettuce that we just found growing back here. But look at these flowers on these. They're so pretty. Is Cookie eating anything? There's some fresh lettuce here you can give him. Oh, he's loose. He says, I am free bunny. He says, no, you better watch him. He eats my garden. You're in trouble. He's going to. He's like, I am free. Mom!
He's so happy.
This is the celery. This is store-bought, but celery is so dang cute because even when it's baby phases, look at. Oh, celery is just so cute. Even the baby stems have that little U shape on them. This is my blue Hubbard squash, which I thought was going to die, but it's starting to flower now. So I am so happy about that I didn't pull it. It's doing great. Hollyhocks back there, delphinium. I got 2 roses from my friend. I'm going to move the juncus inside because it can be an indoor plant and it is not loving the heat out here. And then I'm going to plant 1 rose in this one, and then 1 rose back there where my pie pumpkin was, in that other pot. I'll wait till it cools down to see if my daughter can help me move them. But those are my Mongolian giants. These ones are twice the size as the ones that I planted in the front yard. Crazy. Hollyhocks are doing good back there too. The little nasturtium that I thought was dead is actually coming back. So this is my lemon boy, and I'm starting to get fruit on it already. I cannot believe the size difference. All right, so those are my mom just had them labeled Oriental squash. So I think she saved them from one of the pumpkins that we got from the Asian Pacific market that we go to get a lot of the roots and stuff that my dad likes that remind him of home in Puerto Rico when he was a kid. And so I think that's where she got those from. So I threw them out here just to see what they would do, and they're doing great so far. The little bit of beets that I had kept. And these are the sunflowers that were getting eaten horribly by something. I need another round of diatomaceous earth on them, but they're growing. They were super wilted this morning, and so I watered them. They look much better already. This makes me so stinking happy. My mom gave me cucamelon seeds. Well, she gave me the plant actually. And I've got flowers. And a little cucamelon started, if they get pollinated back here, which I see little buzzing things around it, but it's starting to really take over on this panel. Really filling out. My mom's was huge. She has hers in a raised bed, and like just every time I go visit her, I'm like, I don't know what magic she has that hers is humongous, but mine is finally catching up. It's finally catching up, and it has flowers, and it's trying. So I'm super happy about that. First year growing that. All right, and here's my other lemon boy. I planted these ones for Naya because it was her favorite tomato. What's left of my snap peas, because I still was getting flowers on this one. It's still, I think it's too hot over here for it, but it's still throwing flowers out, and it's dying back more, so I may pull it, but I'll get my other ones planted. These were the chocolate sprinkles, which there was 3 this morning that we ate. We found this one late, but look at the markings on it. So we had 2 of them a week ago, and then we had another 3 today. And so they're starting to really take off finally, even for being planted so late. Here's the other one. But it's getting ready. I love it. Alright, my yellow squash, I harvested my first yellow one off of here, and the pictures will be in the end part there. So stinking yellow. I have never had this yellow of a yellow squash before. There's 2 plants in there. And then this is the gray zucchini, and I have 3 of those. First time growing these guys too, and I like them. They're a milder, different flavor than the Black Beauties. These guys stay very short. Bad thing of having these so close together is they're definitely getting cross-pollinated though. So that kind of sucks. But that's okay. They'll still taste good. Look at these zinnias. Oh, so big. Alright, so this is my Black Beauty. And she is beautiful. She keeps going. She's a little bit mad now, but she's huge. I'm trellising her up here a little bit. I did heavy pruning while they were small, but now that they're getting bigger, I'm kind of letting them just go and do their thing. Try and pull them through a little bit just so they have a little bit of support. I haven't even really been tying them down. I'm just weaving them into the cattle panel. Oh, they smell so good. Oh. It's funny, for the longest time I wasn't able to eat tomatoes. My tongue, my taste buds would literally like pop when I would eat store-bought tomatoes. And so I just quit eating tomatoes. And then my mom had them and she's like, you gotta try it. And I was like, ah. She's like, just try it. And ate it and I was fine. I didn't have any reaction. And so now I'm loving having tomatoes because when I grow them at home, I don't get sick. So, all right, so these are all my from seed guys down here, and these are all heirloom ones, and they are starting to get tall enough that they're up to the cattle panels now. These ones were the, let's see, I had, shoot, I can't remember them. They were, I did a red Brandywines. So these are either the black Brandywines or these are the red ones. And then I had the other ones out front. I have this one little sun gold here, which was also from seed mixed in there. Look at the size of these. Alright, so this is what's left of my radish drying. I pulled one and hung it upside down to dry, and then I left this one to dry just to see if I get the same results. That is a mortgage lifter I did from seed. This is what's left of the spinach drying out. And it looks like it's ready. I wonder if I pulled these and let them dry upside down too. These guys are what my mom and dad had labeled Puerto Rican squash. My dad's sister gave them to him when he went back home. And we have been trying to grow them for 3 years. So I love this plant just because of the variegation in them. They're just beautiful. So they're doing really good. So once I pull these guys out, they'll have a little bit more space. But there's 2 of them, so this one over here is much bigger. But yeah, so pretty. And then this is probably my most favorite zinnia because of how big it is. But then, you know, you get these little dwarf ones and they're so stinking cute too. This is the kale. It's doing great. Naya harvested a bunch of that this morning so we can eat it later. This is what's left of the broccoli seeds. Radish, broccoli, and spinach was all bolted, so I let that go. I think this was another, oh, I don't know what that one was. It kind of looks like it's a cherry. This is a black crim. It's getting big. Starting to get a lot of flowers. That one I might have to come and tape it up. Lots of new leaves coming in on the kale that we harvested. This one was a black currant, and this one just makes me happy because these stay small. They shouldn't get much bigger than that, but they should start darkening now. My mom started that one. None of my currant tomatoes survived, so again, her magical touch. All right, this one, what was this one? Oh, this is my Roma. Yep, this is my Roma paste. Look at those beautiful tomatoes in there. She is doing great. We're still working on painting the house. We got the side and now we're starting to work towards the back. But it's either extreme heat or rain. We can't catch a break. So, alright, so this one was the blue cream. My mom started this one too. And it's another heirloom. He's doing really good. I don't know if I want to pull that sucker. I might leave that one. I had another piece of broccoli this morning, and I have a couple more coming. Best tasting broccoli ever. Oh my gosh. And then this guy, I think this one was my mini bell, which my mom had already started this one too. So these ones stay smaller. Not as small as the currant, but they stay small. These are the Brussels sprouts. And I'm waiting to see if they send stalks up or not, and if I get Brussels. This made me so happy because I was out here and I've got mushrooms everywhere down there, which is a sign of good soil. Every morning I come out here and there's more of these little guys, so woohoo! That one's my yellow cherry. And then that one is my yellow pear, which, look at this. Clumps of tomatoes in there. So that's pretty much it for the backyard. I'm going to throw these seeds down real quick. I'm doing cucumbers, snap peas, and black beauty squash, and a yellow squash because I only had the two over there, and they're so close together that I want to move some further back. And then I'll take you guys out front, so hopefully I can catch this before the storm comes through. Alright, see you in a few. Alright, so I didn't get to the front yard garden tour the other day after I did the back, so it is a couple days later now, but I wanted to show our mushrooms. Are they not beautiful? So I'm going to pull some of these lettuce and take them out to the birds. I'll let a few of them seed because this is my lettuce that we let seed every year. Here are the Tabascos starting to come in. Look at them.
Oh, they're so tiny.
They're so stinking cute. So, they need watered. We did get rain last night, though. My beans going. I have got my patty pans. These are either the white and green variegated or the yellow. They're both planted out front. So I am going to pull the lettuce and probably do a few cucumbers over on that side of the tree there, just to let them do their thing and see what happens. Bean tower did not do all that great. They've just been sickly, so I'll throw a few more beans in that. The herbs that are in the corner where Stewie is at need to be transplanted into this. And I need to get some vitamins on these loofahs, I think, because they are just not, they're not getting tall. I don't think they're getting enough sun. I don't know if I can move them and they not hate me. But I don't know. I may try it. They're not growing. They're just not, maybe a little bit, but it's just too shady, I think.
That one looks like it's doing better than the other ones over there.
It still hasn't reached the cattle panel yet. It's getting close, but I'm also getting some yellowing on it, so I definitely need to give him some fertilizers and see. And that little guy is he's just not doing anything, so I don't know. We'll see. Strawberries came back great finally. Look, I actually have one.
Aww.
There's two, Rylan, so you can have one with me. Sweet little goodness.
Save the leaf for Wybers, because she loves the leaves, but she doesn't like the berry part.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, she's weird.
That's another patty pan. I've got patty pan palooza in here. The lettuce is bolting, so I'm going to go ahead and let it flower. Get the seeds off of it. It didn't even get very big, and it already, I mean, they're tiny. They're already flowering. I need to come out here and put some more DE on this so worms aren't eating my babies. My little cabbages are doing pretty good. They look so cute. Look at them. Those are all from seeds.
Oh, Mom, look.
Yep, we got one in the house already. Yep.
Oh my gosh, these are fuzzy compared to the other ones.
No, the one in the house is fuzzy too, but that's a bigger pod than the one. Yeah, look at them. She's got them. So
all over.
This baby tree right here is actually started from the adult tree on that side. And so it's awesome to see that the baby, this is her first year potting. She's 5 or 6 years old now. It's exciting. Our patty pans here. Oh, these guys are doing great. Look at this. We got my fresh noodle beans coming up. All those guys there are all noodle beans. These guys are needing vitamins, I think. Cherokee wax beans coming in. I don't think those guys are getting enough sun either. Yeah, you need to be deadheading or you're not going to get more buds.
So these are deadheads, all of these?
Yep. And if you throw those seeds down, yeah, it'll spread next year. Yeah, clip them all off and just throw them in the ground around them. This is my sage that I started inside.
Where can I set these so that I can do this properly? It's kind of hard to see.
I don't know. Let's find a place for them. I just finished looking at these guys in here.
Should I do one?
No, because I've got, I've got beans coming up. Yeah, see, look. We've got a baby rhubarb we need to move still, but then I planted beans, so there's beans coming up in here. I don't remember what kind. I just threw them in.
We'll see what kind when they sprout.
Yeah, black beauties. They're starting to do really good. These are all black beauties out here. And then, let's see, more beans. Bean there, bean there, bean there, bean there, and none there. And another black beauty. Gooseberry is getting picked over by birds. We got to get out here and try and harvest what we can, because something, raccoons, whatever, coming in the middle of the night and totally ransacking this tree. My marigolds are starting to bloom. Borage got big. And my baby milkweed, she's getting big. I dug up some of the baby fennel, and I'm going to move it to the back. Ooh, this one's looking really good. Dug up a bunch of marigolds to move back there too. Oh, new okra's coming up. Aww. So I planted some new ones because these guys are just, I don't know if they're stunted from the cold, but they look rough. So I planted some new ones. Yep, and they're starting to come up.
Oh, Mom, look at all these bugs flying around the fennel.
Yep. Little tiny pollinators of some sort.
They look like little drone flies the way they're flying.
They could be. Yep,
oh, there's a wasp too.
Yep. He's beautiful. I love that dang plant so much.
I love seeing little drone flies. They're cute.
Oh, hey, grab that green bag. I brought it out, didn't I? Or did I leave it in the house? We need this. I want to dig this fennel up right here. Take it out back too. If you want to set those on the porch or stool or whatever until we're done, you could do that. The fennel was, the babies were all underneath there, and they're just not getting very big. And so I don't think they're getting quite enough sun. This is mostly in the shade, which is why I did the okra further back, because it was the same thing.
No, we have a dandelion here that's seeding.
It's okay. I'm okay with that. Alright, so my new shovel. And there's baby. Alright, I'm gonna move you to the backyard. Alright. There's the baby.
Is this one a darker fennel?
It's this. Well, this one was that brown, but it's turning green now that it's. Oh, I stood up too fast.
Oh no! Don't faint. I know that feeling.
So you can put that in the glass with the other fennels.
I will. Is this fennel as well?
No, that is parsley.
Well, there's a little
It's flowers.
bee on it.
Yep. Look at how pretty it is. Yep, she's eating. Yep.
For a second, I thought it was a beetle.
I don't see any more baby okras yet. They're trying.
You know, marigolds are a lot like weeds.
They are. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Right there, and what's this?
That's okra. It's struggling, but it's okra.
Yeah, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there.
Yep.
And there's
they're everywhere.
2 there.
I'm going to dig out the mums too, because these guys aren't getting enough sun. So I want to dig those out. I'll put those in a pot because those are Grandma's mums. So I want to move those. Yeah. Gooseberries are doing really good. That borage is struggling down there. My nasturtium is spreading underneath pretty good down there. Oh, I had one flower already. Oh, I love walking up to this bush and all you hear is buzzing. It's great. I dug up the few tomatoes that were right there and moved them because there's just too much going on in this corner. Okay, this little guy is finally showing some progress. This is an eggplant my mama just gave me, so I had one here that died, so I stuck it next to the one I started from seed. Doing good. Look at that basil. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, we need to pinch off these tops because it's trying to flower already. No, no, no. Not yet. Oh, it smells so good, Rai.
I wish I could smell it.
Yeah, I do too.
What is this here?
That's another basil. That's the boxwood, I think it was called. The little signs next to it. Turn the other side.
Yeah, it's boxwood.
Boxwood basil, yep.
It looks like it's trying to flower as well.
Is it?
Yeah. See, flower pod there.
Yeah, this one's already been flowering though, so that one can just stay. I don't mind that one here.
Okay.
Oh, that smells so good. Put them on a plate inside.
You eat them?
Yeah. Alright, so let's see. I got my little dinky guy down there. I don't think he's doing so hot, so... Oh, and this sage is just trying so hard to take over this area. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pull this one. He's just not doing good. And I have more that need to be moved. So I'm going to do that. And then let's see. This little guy is not quite so little anymore. He needs pruned a little bit. Alright, so he looks like he's doing pretty good.
Is this a weed right here?
It's the purslane.
This is?
Yep. Oh, it's edible.
Oh yeah, this is the plant Dad likes chopping off and chewing.
Yep.
I didn't like it.
Oh, look at how tiny this little thing is. What is this one? This is the white currant.
I like
I
the
got...
flowers. There's so many bees now, Mom, on your bush. Do you see them?
Oh yeah, you can hear them buzzing.
Yeah, if you're close enough. I love listening to them.
Yep, me too.
I like seeing the giant ones.
These are the ones we need to separate. These are all tomatoes in here. There's too many of them, so I'm going to move a couple of them.
This one's very hairy.
Yep, they all are. The eggplants just look rough. I don't know. Come on, little dude. Get up there. Alright. That's the lemon basil that already flowered. Another marigold down there. That looks like a baby Virginia creeper we need to get out.
That thing spreads like...
It does. It's crazy. I don't like it. Grass is in here.
What is this?
That is, I think that's the parsley. And this one's dill or this one's fennel. I can't tell. This looks like the fennel. Let me see what it smells like. No, that one's dill. It doesn't taste like the fennel.
I didn't know you could eat fennel.
Yeah, it's delicious. It tastes like licorice. Alright, so these are the other Russian sages that I dug up and put into a pot for now.
Seems like they're battling though with against the...
Well, I kept them in the shade until they established, and so new leaves are coming out now, so I think we successfully transplanted. So that should be good. That eggplant's doing great. These were all from seeds up here. And Einie's bad back there. Alright.
Just won't shut up.
He hears noise. Anyway, that's where we are at. Kohlrabi is getting big in there. It's almost ready. I don't know if the others, I guess they're just slow going. It's just the one that's the furthest ahead. So I'm so tempted to pull them so I can put something else in that corner, but I want to see what they taste like. Oh, my beans in here are starting to come up too. These are all the noodle beans, because the ones that we planted in here did not do good. And now with the kohlrabi and the collards, it's too much shade. So I replanted and they're all starting to come up. So that's awesome. They look great. So I'm gonna let the noodle beans do their thing in here. And then in this side, the noodle beans are on the inside coming up. So I think I might try and transplant a loofah, if not two, to see if it does better in the back. They're just not getting enough sun. I know they're not. So big tree shades so much. But anyway, so that's where we're at. Front of the house is done being painted, and this side is done. It is fully caulked, but between extreme heat and rain, we haven't been able to finish it yet. So in another week, these patty pans should be huge, and noodle beans should be able to be at the point where they can be at the trellis. Ryan and I are going to plant some okra in the back to see if it does better in the back than the front. I think we're going to go ahead and dig up mums. We're going to plant marigolds and baby fennel, and a few more beans in the backyard. So that is our goal. It's kind of hot already, so we may not get a lot of it done until later when it cools down.
Yeah, it's all
but
it's pretty hot.
We'll go ahead and take some of this lettuce. He's like, no, I'm eating grass and enjoying being out here with you guys. Huh. Oh, you scared him.
I scared you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
All right. Also, this is on my to-do list later today, maybe tonight. I have a friend who had a bunch of roses that she wants to dig up because she's allergic to bees. And of course, roses draw bees. And she had a ton of them, and they're old. So we went and dug them up, and I need to transplant them into pots. So that is going to be next, is to take these guys out back and put them in the pots. So I have two pots that things aren't doing the greatest in, so I'm going to put these guys in there. So that is pretty much it. I will end the vlog for this week, I guess, basically, with what I've shared the last couple days. And I will see you guys next week with the next week's worth of vlog of how things have grown and changed. And grow as you go. I'll see you next time. Bye. Wow. Well, it could have been worse. This guy got topped, but it's okay. Yeah, it should. I'll come trim it back a little bit. Poor sunflowers are shredded. Hey, sweet Bun Bun. I said, hey, sweet Bun Bun. Hi, what are you doing? Good morning. Oh, my petunia. Snake gourd actually survived. Oh, this just makes me sick. Got pelted with hail. But the plant looks alive. Oh, the petunias just got shredded. Poor babies. Oh, I want to cry. This one's a fire catcher. gosh, it sucks. My artichokes are completely stripped. All my broadleaf stuff, my cabbages, stripped. Gosh. Yep, it's gone. The littler ones anyway. The big ones will be okay, I think. Oh, my peppers. Thankfully, the rhubarb was small. Everything is still so wet. It's just, oh. There's holes in everything. Aw, Tim. These guys by the fence actually look okay. Tomato-wise, anyway. My Mongolian, my Mongolian one is shredded. Tim got hit hard. Oh, my beautiful Oriental squashes and Puerto Rican squashes. Ah. My cucamelon. Thankfully the tomatoes were still small enough that it's okay. They'll still be okay. Yeah. What is that? Oh yeah, I've been watching it. Oh yeah, they just got shredded. Look at this thing. Yep. I don't have time to really do anything today. Colorado's weather sometimes. Oh well, at least this time I know enough to just let the plants be and they'll pull through. Last time we got hail like this and I came out, I pulled the broken tomatoes because I thought they would be dead, and that was like 5 years ago. They can recover. They look like crap, but there's no way to have even protected this if I wanted to. Well, maybe partially this side, but now that the sunflowers are so tall, we can't cover nothing no more. So what do you do when you wake up to heartache and destruction like this? I think it's just like anything in life. The blows that get handed to us, you cry a little bit, you sigh, you pick up your pieces, and you focus on your blessings. Those blessings, the good that we still have, those are the things that give us the hope for tomorrow. And so even in the midst of a shattered garden and a shattered dream for this season, there's still a hope. I know that God has us. I know that God has this garden. And I know that He has my heart. And in spite of all of this loss and all of this destruction, there's still a beauty. It won't be the same beauty, but it will be a beauty that will speak of the scars that were survived this season. And so just keep hoping, keep trusting, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and focus on the beauty. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'll see you next time. Grow as you go. This is Christina with the Geocache family.